Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, we did a restoration video quite a few years ago on this John Deere 318 garden tractor, I'll call it. It was given to us with engine failure. I think we tore the engine out, did a repair on it. I want to say the governor blew apart, something like that. We fixed that, put it all back together, and kind of restored the paint, did a bunch of other stuff. Picked up a plow blade for it and a snowblower, put all that on there. But the problem was, it was not charging, had a charging system issue. Well, it's been sitting up here ever since, and I think it's time, because it is winter time in New Hampshire, that we bring it down and try to resurrect it and fix, hopefully, the charging system. Possibly we have to pull the engine on it, which may suck. It all depends on what is not working on it, and or like a voltage regulator or some other kind of issue. Don't know yet. Anyhow, I want to get jumping on that, see if we can get it to continue to charge, and then maybe, depending on how much time we got left over, possibly see if we can get a snowblower set up on it and take the snow blade off of it, because the snowblower would be a little bit more useful for me. All right. Well, it's been, like I said, years. The tires are flat on it. I don't know if it has any kind of battery juice left in it. Let's go see. I probably kind of doubt it. What do we got? Yeah, right there. Yeah, it's got nothing. So we'll grab a jumper pack, probably some fuel up on it, and we'll see if we can get her up and running. We're on the second floor, so we have to get it over by the loading dock anyhow to be able to get it forklift down to the first floor. All right, well, let's go grab a jumper pack, see if it even does anything. Plus, I got to blaze a path out of here. See if she holds. Yeah, that's how long it's been sitting. It's like all four tires are down. Let's go through the jumper pack on it, see if it at least cranks. See how far off we are from having issues. It ran pretty good. We had power steering problem. I mean, we did a lot of work to it. There's a couple of videos. Which one's the hot one? The blonde. It's always the blonde. Okay, that. And that. It's saying 5.4 volts, so there was something in the battery. Let's go see if it'll crank. Let's get that air cleaner off. I don't see anything in the fuel filter. Let's get the air cleaner off. We'll dump a little bit of fuel in it and see if it'll prime itself. I think there's another nut underneath here though with an air cleaner. No, we'll get back. We should be able to get some fuel in that. Yeah, can we get down in there? It's gonna be tough. Let's get in here. Well, enough to start a fire. Let's go see what happens. Just that'll make it kick for us. We got a mechanical choke. Let's go close that up. Let's go. Charge light stayed on the whole time too. Let's go see if that was enough to. Now it's running off what we primed in it. Don't even know what it's got for fuel in it. I'm waiting for that fuel filter to get something. Should have got my other bottle. What could possibly go wrong? Stay running. Alright. At least it'll run. We know that part will work. That's good. Something goosing too. Let's go see. The off chance I put it away with nothing in it, which I kind of doubt. Now there's a little bit of gas down in the bottom of there, but I don't think it's registering. That doesn't look like it was wet at all. So let's go dump some in there. It might just not be enough to pick it up. I want to say, how to remember, I did kind of make sure that it was running out of gas, but I didn't purge the tank. Oh, that's good. Just go. Do they even make a good gas can anymore? Ever? Just everything. This gets worse with age. It's like it evaporated pretty quick. All right, we have a little squirt bottle. Let's reset you. Okay, so we've got a little squirt bottle, and now we can kind of get down in there. Let's see if we can keep it running until it primes itself. Gas at the fuel filter. There it goes. Good. I'm gonna go button the air cleaner back up. See if we can start backing this out of here. It can stay running. Nah, it's not gonna stay running without the jumper pack. Let's see if we can put that down on the side. We gotta get that plow blade up. That over there. Choke it. Work my way out. That's killing what I can breathe. There's that one problem. I have to back it onto the loading dock. Went the wrong way. We'll get her. There's the good part of chains. There's the bad part of chains. Good on nights, they suck and everything else. All right, so when we first put it together, I think it was one of the subscribers commented that the charge light will only come on when the battery voltage falls below a certain amount. So when I first put the track together, it worked fine. And then I think I went to go run it the next day, and the light was on after starting it up. So it only comes on below a certain voltage. So even if it's not charging and the battery voltage has been charged all the way up, it won't come on. But right now, grab it, doesn't matter. We are at 12.1 volts. If I go to shut this off, it's probably gonna die. Yeah, because it's just down to nothing. There's nothing coming out of it right now. So that's the issue. Let's go throw a battery charger on it. One thing that might be a saving grace is this is a voltage regulator and rectifier. I believe its AC signal comes in on the outer legs and DC signal goes out to charge on the inner one. Pretty sure how that works. If this is even the correct one for it. Again, I had it laying on the machine. Sometime during its history, I may have thrown it up there just so when I got to it, we can try putting it in there. Let's get these side covers off of it so we can get more to the sides of the engine. I forget where that is located. Usually it's on this tin somewhere. But let's get these off. I think it's just one or two bolts in each one to hold it on. We're gonna end up dropping that one. Locked into it. Yeah, of the small garden tractors, the 318 is kind of like the cream of the crop. They have a 4 series. I think most of those were diesels. Might be the same size chassis, but what would John Deere use for a diesel? John Deere? Right there. Let's go get the one off the other side. So I'm not sure if that one's the same style or not. This is an Onan. The 318, I got an Onan engine where all the other ones I think were Kohlers. Kohlers or Kawasaki's, not sure. Let's go take a test light on ground. Make sure the light lights up. It does not. Operating difficulties. There we go. All right, let's go turn the key on and we'll see if any of these are even connected to the battery. Where's the key? There we go. Let's just see if, all right, so that one, I wouldn't think all three would have that. Let's go, it looks like this would be the wire going to the battery after. Let's go plug that. Yeah. And then these are open. So there, and nothing there, and nothing there. So we have nothing now. Let's go fire it up and see if the test light lights up at all on this tang. Nothing. So we want to see if we get an AC signal coming out of these. Right. Let's do you want to just try plugging that before we go digging? You want to try just plugging that other thing in and see if anything happens? See if anything working? Where'd it go? Where'd you put it? Alright, so our two outers again are the AC, and then the center is the hot coming out of it. Let's I don't know if she can leave that open. Just see if we get any kind of voltage coming out of it. I don't think it'll hurt it. And don't be confused by the red wire. We're just going to make a ground. We're going to ground the chassis of it. in case that makes a difference. So we're going to fire it up, and then when we see if the test light lights up on that. Bam's here. All right, buddy. Nothing saying that this isn't any good, but it's not looking great. I don't know if we can read a signal with a meter on AC and see if anything is coming out of these. And this harness just goes right down in behind the flywheel for the coils that are in there that make the power. And possibly those are burnt out. Plus, I don't even know if we're going to go through all this and not have parts available. That's kind of what I suspected, though. I was a little afraid of that. Let's not condemn it yet. Let's go probe. Let's go put a AC meter on it. Multimeter. That's it. Let's go probe it. See what we got. Everything's coming out of it. So we are on AC. You see that? Not getting you. Okay, we are going to want ground. Let's go just ground right to the battery. Yeah. And then let's go probe it. I don't know what it should be, but it should be, my guess, maybe like 30 or 40 volts. Some kind of voltage. Let's go crank it. We'll flip it over to the other one if we don't get anything on one leg. About 10.7. Each leg is putting out AC voltage. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, like I said, but it is, and they're both even. Whether that's enough or not, I don't know. So possibly it's just this that's no good. I'm gonna pop that out of there. I wonder if we could test them. Might have another one of the other style around too. Again, those are the ones that are in the Kohlers. And the reason why this is here is for cooling. Big enough for me to get it out? There it goes. So there's a fan below it, and cold air is blowing on, keeps it from overheating. I'm gonna do a little bit of homework. So B plus is there. Yeah, and AC are the two lower legs, which is what I would have figured. I don't see any deformalities in it. I don't know if we could bench test it or not. It looks a little, does look like a little lumpy there. Threw the battery charger on it. I don't know if it's got enough to get her to go yet. I want to rev it up and check the AC signal. Like I said, I would think we see around 30 or 40 volts, because you're taking half of that away in each one. So we would be on like 5.5 volts on each one if we divided it and made DC out of it. You know what I mean? So I would think we'd have to be a little bit higher than that, but that might be a rev condition. So let's go get ourselves set back up. AC. AC. Hopefully the meter doesn't fall when we rev it up. Let's go see if it'll even start with the jumper pack right now. No. Let me go crank up the battery charger. That's about what I would think. we should be getting. So if we rev it up, it should work. So everything's kind of pointing to that. Hold on one sec, let me shut everything off. All right, so everything that we checked, we made sure that this lead with the key on had direct connection to the hot side of the battery, which it did. We have ground. We know that was okay. I don't know if I showed that. I tested for ground on the tin. It was. So that wasn't an issue. We had AC voltage coming out of each one of these, which is good because that's the pain in the ass part about pulling the motor. We tried 2 different voltage rectifiers, again with unknown quality of what each of them was. The one that was in there, and then the other one that we had, which is this one, doesn't look all that great neither. Plus, I don't even know if it is compatible with it. I would think it would kind of do the same idea. I'm going to look around to see if I have anything else. If not, I'm going to have to order the one that fits in Onan. I might even have the correct one around. I don't know. I got a lot of junk here. I'm going to go shopping and see what I can find. Let's go see if any of these. I think that's a Kawasaki Twin. Where would the charger wires be coming out of that? Right here. That's throttle. Yeah, it's gonna have a totally different system. An old Kohler hanging out in here, and I see we got 3 wires on this one. Yeah, this one. Let's go try taking this one out and see if we get anything. I mean, if we get it and it shows that we're showing a charge, I'll order the right one, but I just want to make sure that we want to go, you know, again, pulling the engine. I flipped it up on its end. That's looking a little suspect too, huh? My guess is if you kind of short that stuff out, you're going to probably kill it. I'm also looking at the wire ends on it, and it's all racked. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's not overheating. Yeah, see them all? They're all kind of bent. Let's give it a shot anyway. Just go see what happens. Alright, get that in place. The 2 ACs coming out of the stator are hooked to it. This is ground. I checked to make sure the body is grounded. It is. I scraped some of the mud off of it too. So when we start it, if that battery will start, we should see this light should light up. Let's go see what happens. Again, I don't know if it's going to crank. Turn the throttle down. We don't need it revved up. Should probably get that screw out of the intake too. Shut the battery charger off. We'll put a meter on the battery. I think the battery is so low that it's kind of causing some issues. The battery charger is off, but as soon as I went to go disconnect it completely, it started running stuttering. I'm going to go put the jumper pack back on, which is pretty much just like having a good battery on. Let's go put the jumper pack on it, and we'll see what the voltage is doing, see if it did make an improvement. All right, everything's still hooked up. The battery pack is off, so it is measuring 11.2 volts at the battery. Which turn it on, should jump up to 12 and change. All right, now let's go start it up, see if that goes up or down. Hopefully up. Going up. Let's go rev it up. Now it's charging and the charge light's out. So that one is working. Kind of weird that we didn't get anything there. Go throw a test light on that in the center. Other side's grounded. Yeah, we're putting power out. Alright. Yeah, 14.2 volts. I'm going to go shut it off, it's going to stutter on us because the battery is probably just so low. Yeah, and the light's on. So there's just not enough voltage in the battery for the system to stay up high enough. I'm going to go let that go on the charger for a while. If that doesn't work for us, then we'll get another battery up inside there. But it may come back because it did have some voltage on it. I'm going to leave that connected. I may try to see if I can get that bolted in place for now. And maybe we can jump on to that. I'm glad I didn't have to pull the motor. That would have sucked. Made for a good video, but we've already been there once. I got the snowblower assembly down. Let's go see if any of this is any good. Problem with it is it's a single stage, which means the whole thing spins like a blur. And they can get bent. I'll show you when we get up on the bench. And get a better look at it. So it has a manual turn. This is what twists the chute, rotates it, but it has a hydraulic lift on it, which is these two hoses. They're going to run off to one of the two levers that are on the tractor. That's either a tensioner or idler pulley. A little noisy. This is the gearbox. Runs across over to here. There should be chains and sprockets that go up through here. And that drives the auger, which is here. That looks pretty rough, huh? That nailed the curb or something. Both sides. That one's chewy too. Definitely looks like it's been rubbing on the road. You know, this surface is supposed to touch, not this surface. This is supposed to scoop up the snow and the ice into here, and then just picks it up, draws it to the center, and throws it up out the chute. Florida guys are like, alien contraption is that? Sounds a little gurgly, like some denting or something going on here. Let's get the side cover off where the chain is. Should be over here. Let's go take a peek underneath this, see what this apparatus looks like. The other thing I noticed too, I would think those two pulleys are supposed to be lined up with each other. That one and that one should be squared up to each other. Well, they are not. This runs off. There'll be another pulley up on the tractor. It's an electric PTO, and it turns on and off with an electric magnet that drive and disengage. It's the same thing that drives the mower deck, and that's that part of it. So, all right, let's open her up. And two more in the back. That one didn't have a nut on it. I think that's enough to get the cover off. Let's see what we got. It's a pretty beefy setup, huh? Looks like it's decent shape. I don't see any beatness on the sprockets. This one's a little rolled. That one's part of that shaft too. It doesn't even come apart. It's welded right to it. Yeah, still some flat tops on top though. Good. Nothing standing out saying, oh boy, yet. Yet. Well, it should be pretty self-explanatory when the hoses, where the hoses go. But just in case, I'm going to go throw some pipe cleaners, different color pipe cleaners on each one, just to denote what's what. A lot of times they do it, I see them, they do it with tape. There are different colors. I don't have that, so we are going to go like that. And then on the inside pipe, because I can't get it there, I'm going to go do the same. And just later on, for quick reference, we can kind of tell which one goes where. I still don't know which ones are going to run the snowblower. I want to get this out of the way. You get the idea. I'm going to go futz with this, get a bunch of different colors on. We'll get this the plow blade off of here, and we'll put we'll move the snowblower over to it, and we'll see what looks like we have everything or don't have everything, or you know. This boom. Rough day. Yeah, guard dog. Let's go see how hard these fittings are to get off of here. They're kind of recessed in there, like an air chuck, you know. Should shut off oil. Should. There you go. You got caps for these. I don't know about this tractor side of it. They won't see anything. This keeps the dirt out of it. On you too. See if we can get this one out of the way first. Good. Now you should be able to pull 2 pins should. Once you release it, locks it on the other side. I think the bottom just sits in a recess. Back, yep. You might be able to just lift that right out of there. It's got to come forward more. Now the hydraulics are going to fight me. I can always hook them back up. Oh, just give her. Watch toes. Murphy's Law. I didn't want to leave the hoses up, because I didn't want to stretch them if and when it dropped. That side. That one popped back in. Good. Go sweep up the floor underneath here. We'll go drag the other one up and just kind of eyeball it, see how things line up. How about we put that on that? Make it a little easier to move around and line up. Maybe. Go see how that works out. Good. What are we over here for? Let's get that out of the way. We got to get the bottoms. That's that side. Go up. I don't know if any of our pulley stuff is in the way. We're right there on that pin, looking down there. I think that one's already on. Yeah, let me go work on wiggling that into place, see if I can get it to go. I don't think there's anything interfering with the pulleys. I think they're pretty clear. It's a hair too low. These bolts look like they're falling out too. We'll get the pry bar. Let's go click those down. We got to be able to lift that whole thing. Probably a floor jack might work. Let's see if we can get the chute out of our way. I think we can just hop it into place. That side went. And that side went. Alright, let's hook the hydraulic lines up. I don't know if it really matters. These are going to be kind of close to reach. I wonder if we're better off trying to make it over to there. What's your thoughts? Which one should we go on? Well, before we go any further, I'm looking at the pulleys, and none of them are lining up. I'd say the top and the bottom pulleys are not too bad. That one right there, that idler though, I don't know if we can get on that. My light died. So the upper and lower pulley look in a decent location. I do see that bolt sticking out, all the play that's there. I wonder if we could just pull that out away from it. You know what I mean? Can we? Even with that, it doesn't want to. Actually, it looks like it should go out that far. tell you one thing, that spring is, however that spring is supposed to be set up, we're not even close to the orientation of that. I know it's dark in there, I'm trying to get you. We can get that more forward. But that spring, I wonder if this bracket, the one closest to us, this one right here, I wonder if we could rotate that one upward. Yeah, I see a bolt on it. I bet you that's what it does, and it pulls tension on. It would have to be the outside of the belt, because if you look at that pulley, it's flat. It's not a V like that, so that means it rides on the outside of the belt. Yeah, we got a little bit of access there. We can go try that. All right, I'm going to go beat on that for a little bit, see if we can go get that stuff to line up. And then at the same token, we still have to get that belt on there too, which I don't even know if it's the right one. I think they had another tractor. It ran 2 belts because a snowblower takes all of it. You know, all the energy, and it burns up the belts, and usually they run 2. I know it's hard to see in there. So yeah, definitely I flipped this bracket back and it got the pulley out of the way. And I was able to get it to pop all the way over. It was kind of hung up on this pin right here. I don't know if you can see that. So I started putting the belt on. This belt is no way near the right size. Plus, I think it's the wrong thickness. I think it should be like a 5/8 kind of belt, 9/16. Again, the larger width on that. And that is not it. So I'm not sure where that came from. It was with the machine, but that is definitely not the belt that runs on. We're gonna go look it up and see if it comes up on a parts list. You can get the right size for that, but it's looking better. I want to try to get it so I can spin it though, so we see what kind of condition this is in. Like I said, if they hit even like a newspaper or something, like a frozen newspaper, it just takes the main shot that's in the middle, puts a little bit of a bend on it. Well, then the whole thing vibrates like crazy because again, this is humming. It's not like a 2-stage; it's a single-stage setup. All right, let me go see if I can go hunt down the correct belt. So I looked it up and it is calling for 50-inch by 1/2 inch. And it says either the snowblower and or the mower deck. That's sounding kind of, I don't know, I don't think it's that large. It's hard to say. I'm gonna go look up where the mower deck was, see if there's any belts up there for that, and possibly. Here's where the rest of the stuff was. And that one is 1/2 by 90. That says 1/2 by 90. That's not it. I don't know if there's any. And that's even longer. That's the one that runs all the pulleys. That's going to be like a 6-foot, 7-foot belt. Yeah, that's the bull. For the mower deck, hangs off the front. The mule bull. Yeah, that's not it. To land the belts. On the way up, I thought I saw something that said John Deere. What is this one? Let's go bring that down. Yeah, try to put it on there. It's way too long. I looked up that part number, and it is a 57-inch belt. So I'm going to go hunt around in my stash. If not, I'll go pick one up in the morning. That's the supposedly the right size. That shouldn't be too hard to find, I don't think. You can well, the next day, threw some batteries and battery chargers, and that wasn't happening, so I got a jumper pack holding her up. And I don't know if I should put a creeper underneath it so we can kind of roll it around. Other than that, everything is pretty much where it left off, but I don't remember where we left off. Oh, we were chasing belts. I got 3 belts that came in, a 49, a 50, and a 51-inch, 1/2 inch wide. Let's see if we can get one of those on there and see what it does. And we still have to hook the hydraulics up and see if any of that works yet too. Yes, I got that 50 wiggled in there, and then the tensioner Looks pretty good, about the right amount of room that should be on it. Just got to figure out how to lock that in place. And what does it use to hold itself? That's this thing right here. This. What kind of keeps tension on it for us to do what we need to do. Maybe go look around. Maybe it like hyper extends or something and flips down into place. What's your thoughts on that? Maybe. Let's go try, because there's only one bolt in the middle. I don't see a pivot. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. It's gonna bite me. Get in there. Ah, there we go. Yeah. Makes it easy. No tools to go put a belt on. And the way the pulleys are set up is nice. All right, let's go. Let me see if we can get the hydraulic lines on. Let's go just fire it up. Let's go see what all this does and make sure that we don't have to take it all back apart yet. I mean, if the electric PTO works, we're going to find that out too, I guess. Okay. Jumper pack. Jumping a little, but not bad. Loud though. Yeah, jumping. Rev it up. That's good enough. You know, it's not perfect. It's out of balance. I want to say a little bit. I don't think the center pin has a bend to it, which does happen. Like I said, my other one, I think I sucked up a frozen newspaper, and then ever since it was bent, I chained it down, put a floor jack in the middle, got it the best I could, but it still always kind of vibrated after that. I think the fact that it's kind of missing a little bit of metal from the screw part of it is possibly part of the issue why it's shaking a little bit. Again, it's not bad. That's fine. It might even help kind of break up ice when you try to blow snow with it. Let's hook up the hydraulics and see what works on that. I'm guessing maybe we'll try for this side again. I'm not sure which side it's supposed to be tied to. I think it'll kind of bunch up over there. These seem like they relatively go to the right place. Plus, we don't know if up is up and down is down. Are they gonna lay okay? Yeah, I think so. I think she's have some caps on them. Ooh, they're rusty. That's good. I don't know what's growing on that one. Yeah, let's go hit this with a wire wheel, clean some of that rust off that edge there. Yeah, that one's the offender there with whatever that is. Still give her a little fighting chance too. Because O-rings sit on that. Let's go for which one feels like it. It's the longer reach. They're about the same. And then these are pretty much just like your airline idea. Let's back it up, fire it up, see if we got them plumbed right and all that kind of stuff. We got a 50-50 shot. Is up, up, and down, down. Will it leak? Will it be seized? Will it explode? Stay tuned. This that one. Seems like we should be able to get a little bit more height out of that though. I don't know if it's off the creeper altogether. What it is, I think there's so much slop in that bolt. Let's go drop it down first. There's a bolt on the other side that's like halfway there. Down the lever, down's down, up's up. But that doesn't look like it's very much clearance. It does need to go, like when you go up over the crest of a hill, the snowblower does have to be able to drop down some. So there's like a float built into it. And that's like as you're going over uneven terrain, it has to have the capacity to move around. And that is that right there. So this snowblower, the piston's all the way up, but you could see that the snowblower can come up and go down the travel of that. Here's the bolt I was talking about that's hanging out of it. A lot of play between here and here. I keep hitting the button. Yeah, let's go see if we tighten that bolt up. That should help a little bit. I don't know what it's got on the other side for the pivot. Is it the same setup? No, it's fixed. It's fixed right through here. So that has no bearing. I guess possibly, do we have an adjustment? Because that's like, it's literally, what's that? 4 inches off the ground. I like to get about 6 of clearance, but still have to be able to go down. Let me drop it down, tighten that bolt up, see if we get any better. If not, maybe we can put something in front of that. Maybe like another bolt. We'll figure that out. Let's go tighten this up. Should be able to dump it without the tractor running. Let's see. Yeah, get the pressure off of it. Yeah, that's not even tight. Problem is it probably doesn't have a jam nut on the other side. It does have a bushing in the middle that should allow us to bind the bolt. Let's see what we get. Yeah, this should still have play in it, hopefully. There's a, like I said, there's a bushing behind it, keeping it spaced out so we're not pinching it. Yeah. See if that gained us anything. A little better, plus it seems like it's pulling more on the one side than the other. It could be tire pressures too, you know. I probably go back and check the front tire pressures. Yeah, that is. Grab a tape measure. So we got 4 on that side, and a little under 4, like 3.5. Double check that. Yeah, 3.5 and 4. Not bad. Let me go do the tire pressures, and we'll see if that evens it out. Again, it should be able to rock around pretty easy. You know what I mean? Have a little bit of side-to-side play. So they were evenly uneven, if that makes sense. Both front tires had 14, which are fine. Both back tires had like 5 in them, so I fired them up to about 14 all the way around. Let's look into getting that chute rotator hooked up and figure out where that is supposed to go. So it looks like it has hardware. Those two? Those two? I think those would be in a better position. The other one, first of all, the rod for the hold down for the battery is there. Yeah, I think that's more of a comfortable area to grab it. And let me see if I can get those buzzed out of there. Hopefully they're threaded in, you know what I mean? They're not, there's not nuts behind it, because I don't know how we're going to be able to, maybe that's what somebody punched a hole here for, to be able to get in there. Let's go get them out. So I ordered that new regulator. It was like $9. See what kind of quality we get. You know, that works. Uh-oh. I have a feeling that is a nut and bolt. Which means we can't, there's no way around to get underneath this thing to. That one's snug down pretty good. I wonder, yeah, let's go leave that alone. I wonder if we can make our own. Can we just make our own? Yeah, that's a nut that's back there. I can get it around. Can I get it? There we go, it's back tight. Doesn't it look like, you know, so what was the purpose of this? Yeah. So this one would have keyed into a slot, right? It's probably got that square key behind it. Notch. I wonder if it goes. That's not the right diameter. Plus, you know, this tractor never had this snowblower on here, so there is a chance that possibly we are supposed to be doing something different. If I grab that one and drill a hole. I don't have enough angle to get this one. It won't let me do it. I don't know if I can flip the, no, flipping it back around, it's not going to do anything. Let's go with, can I get my fingers? Yeah, I could probably get something up on that. We'll try to get this out of here. Let me get this out of here. And I don't know if the hood's going to close. Yeah, give me a minute. Let's close that hood and we'll pick a place. I think also too there was another, how do you want to call that, turnbuckle setup upstairs. That's the problem. We're going to run. We're going to be so high up out of the way. It could go. It just doesn't seem like, you would think it would be like factory holes or something that they use. I wonder if there's maybe another bracket that was on it. Right? Because any of those upper ones, you're not even going to be able to. And the ones that we looked up here, it's not going to work. And again, we still need access to it too. You know, that's the other part of it. Wonder if something was right. I'm going to go look upstairs for the other rod and see if there's any difference. Actually, I think it's right over there. Yeah, this one's different. Look at it. It's got a like a lock-in tab that you could turn sideways and lock it, and then put another bolt in. Use that hole, for example. I know it's not the right spot, but let's go see if it'll work there. No, it's meant to like get keyed in. Put the bottom one in, turn it, and then put one bolt in it. So that explains why there's no access down below. But again, I still don't see a hole that would fit that. I'm not above welding it on. Yeah, so that explains it. Oh, the camera's going to catch it. I brought up a picture. There was another black bracket that attached to. So it looked like it was a bracket sat was right about here. Went over and back down right behind the pedals here. So it was attached to, I think, these two holes possibly, and then some down below. And then the green bracket that held the rod came up off of that. So let me see what I can come up with. I will come up with something. Again, like worst case, we're welding it. I'm gonna look upstairs real quick, see if there was anything. My guess is whatever tractor this was taken off of, that piece just kind of stayed there. Kind of like plow trucks. It seems like the setup under the truck always goes with the truck and is never with the plow anymore. Yeah, there you wiggle my fingers back and grab that hole. We can get it one down in there. And then, so that would be one. Then I see maybe in the mesh, we'll try grabbing another one. There we go. Then we're gonna have to notch this for the hood. Let's go notch this out. Get one there. And then probably see if we can get one right about there. I should be able to, you know, slot a wrench down with a piece of tape on it with a nut on it and get it back in there. And the funny part is this does not come apart. There's no I think it would be keyed on the other side, but they bent. Actually, can we make it? I was saying it's got a loop on that side. Can we make it? Will it clear? Ha! There we go. All right. That way I don't have to have a bracket on there. Yeah, let me go modify that. I'm going to go take a notch out of there, clear the hood. Because the other part too is when the tractor is moving, you're going over terrain, right? The snowblower kind of goes up and down as it's falling terrain. Well, this rod is going to be moving probably about an inch or two. That's where you see all the paint wore off of it. That's the sliding that it does too. It has to go somewhere, right? The rod has to go somewhere when it slides. All right, did I rub my mark off? All right, let me go do some modding and get this on there. Use that bolt that it came with. That'll key the outside of it. I'll just drill one more hole. That seems to work out pretty good. Like I said, I ground it a little just so that when it's chattering, I don't want it to cut into the fiberglass of the hood. And it is supposed to chatter because it's supposed to hold itself in place. There's like a toothed paw right in there. Because what happens is this thing's vibrating. If it's just allowed to free spin, the chute will always start vibrating around to different locations. That might even have an adjustment for a preload on it. I'll let that be. What do you think went here? Something was bolted there with 4 bolts. Maybe we'll worry about that later. I think we'll start buttoning some stuff up for now so it's not so dangerous. I'm going to put that cover back on where the chain was. That's all lubed up. I shot all the bearings what I could with oil on them. I'll see if there's any grease zerks. I'll hit them too. The chain tension feels pretty good. I'm going to leave that alone. The sprockets all look decent on it. So let's put that cover back on the side there. There's something called, it's like a snowbank cutter. You see the one over there. And the idea of that is when you're coming up to the end of your driveway and the snow is higher than the blower, these bars are on the side of it. And as you go, they kind of slice into the snowbank and allow the snow to fall into it, give you like a clean cut going in there. This one looks like it's needing possibly a little bit of love. Let's go see if we can straighten that out before we try putting it on there. Well, here's a machine I rarely use, if ever. It's a mechanical press brake or, yeah, non-hydraulic. And it has adjustment. You can thread it up and thread it down. I'm going to run the table up till that gap. Closed up. So we can kind of hammer that. I think the rest we can get out with a vise and just kind of get bending on it a little bit. Actually, I turned it up a little tighter. Let's see what we get. That's going to be about it. There's always going to be some spring back in metal, you know. It just because you're hitting it flat doesn't mean it's going to be flat, because there's some spring memory to it. So got all that back together, no problem. It's a little on the bent side, but I'm not too concerned about it. They get beat up over time anyway, you know, just from hitting stuff, but that is definitely much better than what it was. Batteries, I had them on a charger and none of them survived, so I went and I picked up a new one. Just a regular garden tractor style battery. We'll go throw that in there. A little difference on the terminals, but we should be okay. I'll show you what I'm talking about as we set it up. So as far as the battery's concerned, you got the regular top post style, but we do not have that. And you would think that, okay, you got to go take these apart and go put the other styles on them. You could actually get away with taking these, going right over the top, and they are the correct diameter for it, and just tighten down like you would a regular post. Doesn't look that great, but you know, in the future, if I put another car battery in it, I can do so. But those can go just on, just like that, and tighten them down. Don't argue with me. Yes, you can. And once you bolt down on them, it holds them pretty good. It's not like they're weepy or anything. And I still have to put the battery hold down on it. Did you get a bath? You look like you got a bath. You're white again. You're not gray. And you're fluffier. That's for sure. Is that the spot? Yeah, they got all that soap in you, didn't they? Oh, yeah. Suck what you want. Right? Go for a ride? Do you? Okay, we will. Well, we got it all back together. Unfortunately, time has gone by, and the amount of snow that's out here is nothing. A little bit of ice left. But at the house is where this is going to go anyway, where I need it, is some snow. Let's go see how we make out. It may or may not, but at least it's together. Let's go find out. Yeah, so ideally I'd like to be working on snow that isn't frozen to the ground. It's probably about 2 weeks old. We had, I think, about 12 or 14 inches of snow. And of course, I moved around with the tractors and piled it all up. But there's areas that are hard to get to, like paths up around the house and all. This isn't ideal for us to try to go move any of the snow. Again, it's been, you know, thawed and frozen so many times. But let's go take it off the trailer and go see if we can kind of go shove it into something, see if it does anything. See if we can break the tractor. All right, let me get off the trailer and do a little bit of putting around. Do a little handheld action. Blowing it the wrong way, but it's sticking there. The ground is soft, digs in. What happens when we hit that big log? Leaves, whatever you want. The end of our driveway is terrible. It's a really steep hill. And hopefully the chains will do what it's supposed to do. I don't really see anything else that's on the driveway that we can hit. Shut it off. Yeah. The ground is soft, so it kind of digs in. You saw once it gets frozen, then it's pretty good to kind of skate over the top of it. All right, let's go spin around, go back to the garage. Charge light staying off. Somebody made a mess. You need a decent amount of snow for it to be able to move it. You gotta feed it some, you know? Just nothing there. Plus I have it set up about that far off the ground. Nice. Works like it should. Again, our situation for what we're trying to move is far from ideal, but you know, just for a shakedown run, I was hitting the heavy snowbanks that are all packed and everything, and it didn't stall it out, so that's good. Kind of worried with whether the belt was going to slip a little or not, but it seems like it's holding pretty tough. Awesome, nothing broke, and it's doing what it's supposed to. You know, in the future, if we get a snowstorm, I'll actually run it like it's supposed to, and maybe I'll put it on the end of a video, or you know, if we got problems with it, we'll make it its own video. I think the part's supposed to come today for the voltage regulator, the correct one to go put in it, so I didn't put that last side cover on it, but so far the shakedown was pretty good. I'm glad I'm able to put it back in service instead of letting it sit up in the attic up there. Actually, it's a really nice tractor, you know, power steering, power hydraulics and everything. So, all right, guys. Well, with that, we've made it to completion of actually having it function. So I will meet you all a civil adieu, and we'll get together again soon at some time. Till then, I'll see you later. You gonna give it to me? That's a no. You're a tough guy with that ball, aren't you? Yeah. Go deep. Go deep. Gucci. Uh-oh. put a smudge on the window. All right, get back to work, as you were. Boop, boop, boop. That's it. There's a 5-second delay with this dog. Bam, sit. I don't wanna. Well. Thank you. Ready? Go get it. Can't get it now, can you? It's right there. More snack?